Why is it that when some people say they are Igbo and mention their state of origin to be Delta or River states, some ignorant people are so quick to shun them and say, you don't know where you're from. There is no Igbo in River states or Delta states. So where exactly is Igbo Land and what makes a place Igbo Land? When people hear the word Igbo Land, many immediately think of states in southeast Nigeria, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu and Imo states. But is this truly the full story? Is Igbo Land just a political map drawn by modern government, or is it something deeper, older than colonial borders and older than Nigeria itself? I have made videos and written articles about Igbo communities outside southeast Nigeria and outside the 7 recognized Igbo states that I have visited. Yes, there are 7 recognized Igbo states in Nigeria, states that Igbo people make up to 40 to 100% of the indigenous population. But outside these 7 states, there are indigenous Igbo people in other south-south and north-central states, especially in Cross River, Benue, Kogi and others. Today we will answer questions many people ask and many people argue about. Where exactly is Igbo Land? What makes a place Igbo Land? Why do people assume Igbo homeland is only in southeast Nigeria? Why is rivers and delta often excluded? What about Igbo communities in Akwa Ibom, Edo, Kogi, Benue, Cross River and Bayelsa states? What truly makes a tribe? Is a tribe the same as a geopolitical zone? What is the difference between a language and a dialect? This is not about politics. It is about history, culture, identity, and truth. Igbo Land is a cultural and ethnic homeland, not a political invention. Traditionally, Igbo Land is located in southern region of Nigeria, stretching across the lower Niger Basin, the Cross River area, the rainforest and the riverine belt of southern Nigeria. Igbo Land is not defined by states or boundaries. It is defined by people, language, culture, history, and ancestral continuity. Before Nigeria existed, before states were created, and before colonial borders were drawn, the Igbo people already occupied vast territories, connected by trade routes, shared customs, and common ancestry. Igbo Land historically stretched from the east of the River Niger to part of today's south-south and north-central Nigeria. This means Igbo Land extends beyond what is today called the Southeast Geopolitical Zone. So what exactly makes a place Igbo Land? A place is considered Igbo Land when it meets several cultural and historical conditions. 1. Ancestral Igbo population. If a community traces its origin to Igbo ancestors and maintains that identity, it is part of Igbo Land. Two is language. The people speaks Igbo language or a clearly related Igbo variety, not just borrowed words. 3. Culture and worldview. Shared traditions such as the Igbo calendar system of Eke, Oru, Afo, and Nkwo. The title systems. Igbo naming patterns. Masquerade tradition, respect for ancestors and lineage, among others. 4 is historical continuity. The people did not recently become Igbo due to politics. They have always been Igbo long before modern Nigeria. If these elements exist, then that land is Igbo land, regardless of what state, zone it is located in today's Nigeria. Many have asked this question: why do people think Igbo land is only in southeastern Nigeria? Well, this confusion comes from modern political structure. Nigeria is divided into 6 geopolitical zones, created for administration, political balance, and resource distribution. The southeast zone contains 5 states with a majority Igbo population. Because of this, many people wrongly assume Southeast Nigeria equals to Igbo land. But this is historically incorrect. A political zone is not a tribe. It is not a culture, and it is not an ethnic identity. It is simply a political arrangement, not a historical truth. Igbo people existed thousands of years before political zones were created. One of the biggest misconceptions is the exclusion of rivers and delta states from discussion about Igbo land due to selfish reasons or agenda. The truth is that Rivers State is a multi-ethnic state, with Igbo people making up to 60% of the indigenous population. These indigenous Igbo people includes the Asa, Ikwere, Ndoni, Ndoke, Eche, Ekpe, Oba, and Egbema. Many of these groups speak Igbo language or Igbo-derived languages, share Igbo cultural practice, and trace their origin to Igbo ancestors. Politics later labeled them non-Igbos for selfish reasons, not cultural one. Just like Rivers State, Delta State is also ethnically diverse and home to the Igbo people of Anioma, which includes the Oshimiri and the Anocha people of Enuane, Eka, and the Okwane people. Anioma people are unquestionably Igbo by language, culture, and ancestry. So their exclusion is not cultural, but political. Outside the 7 states with majorly indigenous Igbo people, Igbo villages and communities also exist in Akwa Ibom, Edo State, Cross River State, Kogi State, Benue State, and even Bayelsa State. These communities are often ignored because they are minorities in these states and political identity has overshadowed their ethnic history. But history does not disappear because of politics. So what exactly makes a state an Igbo state? Well, there is no such thing as an Igbo state in the traditional sense. States are political creation, not ethnic ones. However, a state may be described as an Igbo state or Igbo majority if 1. Most of its indigenous people are Igbo. 2. Igbo culture dominates public life. 3. Igbo language is widely spoken. This does not mean that Igbo people outside these states are less Igbos. So why do people confuse tribe to geopolitical zone or states? Why are Igbo outside southeast Nigeria considered less Igbo or non-Igbos? Well, a tribe or ethnic group is defined by common ancestry, language, culture, and shared history, while a geopolitical zone is defined by politics, administration, and government convenience. They are not the same. You cannot reduce an ethnic group to a zone on a map. The Igbo tribe exists across zones, just like the Yoruba exists beyond southwestern Nigeria and the Hausa exists beyond northern Nigeria. Igbos exist beyond the 5 southeastern states of Nigeria. One of the arguments people make, especially the ignorant ones, when they want to divide Igbo land and Igbo people, is the fact that Igbo people from the southeast do not speak the same dialect with Igbo people outside the southeast. This is where dialect and language comes in. A language is a system of communication shared by a people, while a dialect is a variation of a language, not a different language itself. Igbo language has many dialects. Some of these dialects include Oweri, Oka, Egbema, Eche, Ntobo, Eka, Ikwere, Mbise, Ewe, Isu, Aro, Ohoho, Ekpenye, Ndoke, Nkano, Onisha, Izi, Idemili, Eza, Ikwo, Eda, Nsukka, Ngwa, Ehugbo, Okwane, Enuane, among many others. Dialect difference do not mean different tribe. If dialect difference made people separate tribes, then almost every village would be a new ethnicity. Some people might wonder, so what is the true extent of Igbo land? Well, Igbo land is a cultural homeland, a historical space, a people connected by ancestry and worldview. It includes southeast Nigeria, part of south-south Nigeria, and part of north-central Nigeria. Igbo identity is older than Nigeria, stronger than political borders, and deeper than modern classification. Understanding Igbo land is not about claiming territory. It is about honoring history. It is about teaching future generations that identity is not created by politics. Culture cannot be erased by borders. A people's story must be told fully, not conveniently. Igbo land is not small. Igbo history is not shallow. Igbo identity is not limited to one corner of a map. It is broader, it is deeper, it is enduring. This is Igbo land, beyond boundaries, beyond politics, beyond misunderstanding. If you enjoyed this video, kindly like, share, and see you in our next video.